Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
And Schif Mizara.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden talking about football. The season is a week away. A week away, man. Oh, no. A week and a half. A week
dogs
from tomorrow.
3 days, my dogs are on the field.
Woo. Football's back is what I'm saying. I can smell it. I can smell it in the air, man. I was
Week one, we got a bit of a layup. We're playing Marshall. You got Miami starts the season against Notre Dame. That's like, woo.
Oh, I can't wait.
Right off the top rope from the start.
I saw Florida State's playing Alabama. About to get that ass demolished.
I've never rooted. I don't think I've ever rooted for Florida State so much, actually.
I'm going to be rooting for Alabama more than I would like to.
I want nothing
but it's going to be fun, man.
Alabama to step on their dicks, right?
And I found out a way to, I know this is all, might be boring to our listeners, but fuck that. It's for me and my friend. But I found out a new way to record TV record on my TV. So like there's games and stuff that I might be missing. I found a new way to do it. It used to be really like shaky, where it might cut out or only record for 3 minutes and stuff like that. But I figured out a way to do it now. That because Miami plays a lot of primetime games, man. And I can't catch them all the time. So, or I might have my club or whatever if it's an afternoon game. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be having it recorded and ready. With my new way of doing it, man. I'm really excited. Yeah. I have to thank South Park because I really wanted to watch South Park, so I figured it out.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I'm hyped. I'm ready to go.
I'm hyped too, man.
It's I don't even know how to. Just the joy of my family's all excited again. We drafted our fantasy league, our 4-person family fantasy league.
Yeah. Where y'all get 700 points a week.
We have like insane rosters. You have no idea. It's crazy.
I bet. You already did your draft?
It's really fun. Yeah, we did it like last week. I know it was probably early, but you know, our league is insane because everybody makes the playoffs, and it really doesn't matter how many games you win in the regular season.
Yeah.
So far, we've been doing this for 3 years, and the 2 people in our family who know the least about football are the only people who have actually won the league. Joanna is back-to-back champion. She knows nothing.
That's funny. That's like when you do an office March Madness.
Yeah,
it's always the administrative assistant that is like wins this March Madness thing because her favorite color is Carolina blue.
Yeah, exactly. Saga won first year, and Joanna has won back-to-back. And her strategy is in round 1, she takes Derrick Henry. In round 2, she takes Lamar Jackson, period. Full stop. That's it. She's done that every year.
Wow. And then just best available after that?
And then after that, she's like, who's that guy? I don't know him. I like it. I think Saga this year took Cortland Sutton over another receiver who was higher ranked. She was like, because when you see the picture, he has such a great smile. Look at him. He's smiling. I like his smile.
Put him on my team. We need the happiness in the locker room.
Cortland Sutton has a great smile. I'm taking him. Who's he play for?
Hey, man, don't knock it, man. They're beating your ass.
It's true. They are.
You got to start looking at smiles, man.
Yeah, it's an underrated character trait.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to fantasy this year. People who want to join our fantasy league, it's too late now, I guess. But we're doing betting and whatnot on our Patreon. So patreon.com/SveNFL for people that want to watch us, and we're gearing up, man. We got it. We're gonna try to hit it this year. The
draft
vaunted
is
divisional bet. Yeah, the draft is next week.
The draft is this week. It's Sunday.
I always call Sunday the first day of the week. I don't know. I'm not European yet.
That's crazy.
Sunday's not the first day of the week?
No, Monday.
Oh, because Sunday was the day that God rested. Is that why? Is it the Bible that's leading you?
I don't give a shit what God did on Sunday.
He should have been watching football. My God watches football on Sunday.
I'm more pissed about what God did Monday through Saturdays, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. But yeah, man, what's going on in the league, man? You got some news for me, right?
Oh man, there's a lot of things that happened. Yesterday was the deadline for the 52-man roster cut. 53, sorry. And
How dare you?
Well, if you ask the Lions, they would say 50. They cut theirs down to 50.
What?
Well, because people think that they have some deals that haven't registered yet. So we'll see how that goes. But we also got some contract details to sort out. First and foremost, the Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin agrees to a 3-year extension worth up to $96 million.
Straight cash, homie.
This was a no-brainer. I mean, Terry McLaurin is like the one bright, shiny piece of hope that existed during the entire Dan Snyder era. Now that this team has really just turned itself around so quickly, making it to the NFC Championship last year against all odds. You got to pay Terry McLaurin.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Who else? Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals sorted out their dispute, agreeing to a 1-year deal worth essentially what it was a $14 million raise. And I think there's probably a lot of incentives baked in as well.
If they're smart, I'm sure they're the cheap asses, man.
Yeah.
Well, good. I like him and what he's trying to do, and that he knew his worth and all that. He's just too religious for me, man. That's my only problem. Every time he talks, it's like, you don't have to push that on me, man. Have your beliefs, but I'm sure the Lord and Savior, he goes deep into it. The Lord and Savior, the blood of Christ, and blah. It's like, damn, relax, bro.
There's so many guys like that in the league. It's
really frustrating, man. And if somebody, I can't wait for a devout Muslim to be in the league, a superstar that just go all in. Just talk about, I scored that touchdown because Allah was, you know what I'm saying? Like a go all in, or even like what's some other religion? A Scientologist.
What do they do? That would be weird.
Tom Cruise helped me score that. I paid. I got the clear. I got the clear. So I saw the defense better, and that's why we're going to the Super Bowl.
I wonder what their
I paid my way to the clear.
What would a Scientology touchdown celebration look like? I wonder. I never thought of this.
Speaking of that, I got to throw something in real quick. That I did something yesterday. I think I might have. I've been trying to get Bash, my son, into football. And now the fact that he can stay up late to watch a game if he wants, but he has to watch a game, that's been an incentive. Even though he goes like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed by like halftime. But that's all right. The new thing I did last night, I was up. I bought the new Madden because I don't know, man. So I bought the new Madden. It was just fucking 800, 900 crowns, and I made a character. I was up all night making Bash. So he woke up this morning, and I was like, "Come here, man. Let me show you something. You are now the quarterback for Miami Dolphins. Right now, you're battling it out with Tua in training camp, but you want to unseat Tua right now."
This is absolutely brilliant. I love it.
So he looked at it, and I don't know. You haven't seen him you haven't seen Bash in a while. He has red hair right now.
Okay.
He changed his hair color to red. He tried this thing. He's wearing earrings and shit. So he has this. So I made the character with red hair, with long curly red hair. Bash got the big curls. I had the character like that. It's like an adult Bash, man. He's 6'2", 240, a big boy.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't make him any lighter than 240, but he's 6'2", 240, a mobile quarterback. He looked at it, mind blown, man. He's ready to go get into camp. It's so great. Next thing you know, he's gonna go watch the game and know what a cover 3 defense is. While we're watching the game, he'll be like, "Oh, they should have done a play action." He's gonna be talking like that soon, man. I'm gonna get him. He said, "Can we play 2 players?" Yes, son. We could play 4 players if you want. Whatever you want, son.
This is some next level parental manipulation.
Yes, man. High level manipulation, man.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, so that's a tip to those out there who want their kids to get into football. Video game, create a player. Kids are so self-absorbed anyway. They can be themselves on the game, and it's fucking great.
Wow. I love it. What else do we got? Let's see. Amari Cooper has signed with the Raiders. This comes on the heels of Jacoby Myers demanding a trade, asked for a new deal. Feels like he's underpaid.
Jacoby Myers, really?
And he is very underpaid for considering his level of production.
But they had what else did they have?
It's just Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers.
Yeah. So it's like you got that, no running back, no quarterback. It's almost it's kind of like a thank you. He wants the McLaurin type of thing.
He's not going to get it.
No, of course not.
Them bringing in Amari Cooper is basically like the Raiders saying, well, we could just let you go.
We could let you go. You know what? When the coach is done with his gum, we'll make a decision.
Right, exactly.
Pete Carroll just chewing away.
The San Francisco 49ers are out here collecting gunshot victims, acquiring running back Brian Robinson Jr. from the Commanders in exchange for a 2026 sixth-round pick. This is a good idea. I think,
50 Cent started it all.
have a really good. He's a different kind of. He's not the same kind of running back as McCaffrey. He's more of a downhill guy. So this would be a good pairing. This, if they do it right,
which they will.
This could be really, really smart.
Whoa! Are you softening? Are you softening over there?
No, but see, here's the thing that people don't understand. I don't think that Kyle Shanahan is a bad coach. Like he's a smart coach. The problem is that when the pressure is on, he always makes the wrong decision.
Yeah, you think it's because he knows he's a smart coach? It might be a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove, it's like, bro, relax, you got it, bro. Yeah,
he changes. He becomes a different person when the fire gets turned up. Anyway, I think this could be great for them. The Vikings traded Sam Howell to the Eagles, and then they turned around and they signed free agent Carson Wentz. So I'm not sure.
Carson Wentz, man, his career came and went.
Yeah,
remember he was a top 10 quarterback that one season. Won my fantasy that year, insanely good. And then was it because he was pretty mobile too, man. Maybe it was that knee injury, man.
For Sam Howell, this is the final year of his rookie contract, and he's now headed to his fourth team.
Who was that?
Sam Howell. He's already already been on 4 different teams, which is kind of interesting. In other meaningless quarterback news, Spencer Rattler was named the Saints starting quarterback. So good luck with that.
Spencer Rattler.
So as far as the 53-man roster cuts, there's way too many for me to get into here. Probably the most sort of, funny, entertaining. New York has decided to cut Tommy DeVito.
No.
So that's...
Oh, man. Well, he's going to get picked up right away.
It's not important news. It's just kind of
only New York. Only New York is he on the team that long.
It's the end of a very entertaining era.
A dumb era. Same city that brought us Jeremy Lin. I don't know if you remember Linsanity. I know you're not big NBA, but New York had a Asian basketball player that had some swag.
I do.
Remember Linsanity? See, can't even escape it. You don't even watch basketball that much. Linsanity took over the fucking world, and then it burned hot for a bit, and then the Miami Heat team got a hold of him and shut him the fuck down, and it ended once everybody's like, all right, enough is enough. The team started focusing on him. It's like, come on. And this is like that.
There's a lot of other players who got cut who were, players like Deontay Johnson and, my man, former Bulldog, Miko Hardman. Basically just like players where it's like, okay, you guys should probably start looking for
Hopefully those investments worked out.
Yeah.
That car wash you started in the hood.
Probably one of the ones, and this, I mean, yeah, of course I'm a Falcons fan, but this is pretty interesting. The Falcons decided to cut third string quarterback Easton Stick. Now, the reason why this is interesting is because the Falcons have been indicating that Kirk Cousins is going to be their backup quarterback this year. A lot of people have been assuming that this was just a play. Mm-hmm. I mean, it still could be if there is a big injury. They have this ace up their sleeve. They have probably one of the best backup, more experienced backups in the league.
Damn, and he's willing to do that. I guess it don't matter. He keep making that money.
We've already paid him. Yeah. So why? This is a rare, smart decision by the Atlanta Falcons. Like, we've already paid him. I know he wants to start, but that's not our problem. There's also a lot of injuries to keep an eye on, especially for those of you who are going to draft your fantasy football league this week. I am not going to go into all of them. Go out there and do your homework. The most interesting one is obviously Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, that's just shaking up the whole division.
His back situation is still a bit of a mystery. They've got this weird infinity chamber, which is like, everyone's like, what the fuck is that? It looks like an Airstream trailer. He's getting epidurals in his back.
I heard about that. That's scary.
And while Jimmy G is seemingly a competent backup, I would urge you to ask Devontae Adams how he feels about that. I don't know if you remember the Netflix wide receiver series from last year. We got to see how Adams felt about trying to catch hospital balls from Jimmy G. I believe the quote was, "I need to get the fuck out of here before this guy gets me killed." Like, he said that on the sidelines. Like, Netflix caught that on the sidelines. It's like, so keep an eye on that. Joe Mixon is the other big one. He's going to miss at least 4 games after being placed on the reserve NFI list, which means non-football injury list. There's a bit of a mystery around this whole thing. We have no idea. Well, first of all, they called it an ankle injury, and then they called it a foot injury, and then it became an NFI thing, right? So we don't have any idea.
Mental health?
We have no idea what non-football activity Joe Mixon was doing when he acquired this injury. So there's really just nothing but question marks surrounding this. And besides my man, former Bulldog Nick Chubb, the Texans do not have much going on at the running back position.
So what happened to Pierce? What was that? Didn't have a promise.
He's still there. He
was good.
The story that got everybody's attention this past week in the last preseason game was Micah Parsons, who first was seen entering the building, eating a big ass fucking thing of nachos. They were playing the Falcons in their final preseason game, and one of the Falcons fans who was there said, "Hey, you should come to Atlanta." And he just said, "Yeah, call me." And then for a short period during the game, Micah Parsons was essentially napping on the trainer's table while the Cowboys were playing the preseason game. And everybody has a fucking take about this right now.
Yeah. But didn't he say he was stretching his back out?
Yeah, but honestly, I think that this dispute between Parsons and Jerry Jones is beyond personal at this point.
Yeah. And we know Jerry Jones trying to sell his he's trying to get attention so people watch his goddamn documentary that he just put out.
I watched the first episode last night of the Cowboys documentary on Netflix, and it's pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah. The way he came in, it's a great story, but don't try to sell it now. It's great on its own, man. You don't have to do all of this stuff just to get more attention, man. It's so it's gross.
I don't want to get too into this right now, but this is the big story. I mean, we're a week and a half away. That is not enough time for him to be ready to play week 1. This is going to be an interesting scenario to see what happens.
Yeah, man. And then what happens in these type of situations is I'm sure he's working out and stuff like that, but football is still football, and if you're not fully practicing and stuff,
Yeah.
Hamstrings first thing normally. A lingering type of injury is what can happen, man. If your body
And they have a new defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus. So,
oh yeah,
it's not like he's just stepping back into the same system. So,
yeah. He's still Michael Parsons, but like
agreed.
Michael Parsons with a hurt hamstring is not Michael Parsons.
The other story that we're going to have to live with for the rest of the season is Shedeur Sanders. Now, okay, first of all, the Browns have traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders. They needed a proper backup because Aiden O'Connell broke his wrist in the final preseason game. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. From the Cleveland Browns side of things, that means that Dylan Gabriel has won the backup job.
Yeah, looked good.
Let's give the Browns some credit because it's almost like they knew that their third pick in the draft was actually better than their fifth round pick. It's like they knew that the whole time, right?
They're going to make a part 2 to that Kevin Costner movie.
Yeah.
The draft movie.
Yeah. Shedeur had a terrible final preseason game, taking 5 sacks for over 40 yards lost. One of the sacks was a 25-yard loss.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Shedeur Sanders.
Same.
But I just wish that we could just stop all of this insanity that the way that he gets covered.
Yeah.
I want us to get to a place where we can all stop pretending that there is some horrible athletic injustice that took place at the draft this year. That is not what happened. Okay. The main thing I really want to say about this, and this kind of goes back to that Dylan Gabriel quote, right? That where from a couple of weeks ago, the media took it completely out of context on purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
On purpose. Like the hungry hippos that they are. For those of you who missed it, they asked him a question about what it was like, being in the middle of this well-publicized quarterback room. And his quote was, "There are entertainers and there are competitors, but my job is to compete." Now, first off, shame on some of these people in the media and these media adjacent asswipes, for trying to turn this into a diss against Shedeur.
Yeah, with their immediate hard on. We could really twist this.
When he says entertainer, he's clearly talking about you assholes in the media. Okay,
that are trying to make this entertainment. It's like so ironic.
Especially the YouTube social media crowd. Okay, the people who are so desperate for likes and follows because that's like, for whatever reason, a stable form of currency nowadays. These people will say and do anything to get your attention. Now, that being said, even though Gabriel was not talking about Shedeur when referring to entertainers, after having seen the tape, I think it's safe to say that his comments are, at the very least, accidentally kind of hitting the nail on the head. Shedeur Sanders is a media manufactured product, right?
Yeah, even after the bad game. Like, did you watch the post game? Why you got a camera on the guy who's the third string quarterback to get his thoughts after the game? It's like, and they sat there talking to him, and then he was just saying some wild shit, man. I don't know, not wild, but it's just like the way he did it was all. It was like you can see his dad all in him, which is what it is. But his dad was one of the best athletes.
Exactly, and I'm glad you said that because the most important thing for everyone to remember is that everything that you think you know about Shedeur Sanders is exactly what the Wizard of Oz wants you to know about him. In this case, Deion Sanders is the Wizard of Oz. Okay, he has built this kid up from the ground floor, not just as a father. He's been his coach since before high school.
Yeah.
This family has their own video production team that helps to carefully craft this narrative. Yeah. On draft night, we saw the draft room with the wallpaper, Shedeur claiming to be legendary, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Underneath all that sizzle, there ain't no steak. He's just an entertainer dressed up like a football player. So it wasn't what Gabriel meant, but he happened to be dead right.
Yeah.
He's a 5th round quarterback. If he had any other name or any other father, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah. Which comes back to the shame on you thing.
Exactly. And Side note, his brother Shiloh Sanders was cut by the Bucs the day after being ejected for punching a Bills player in their final preseason game, so there's that.
Wow.
And finally, okay, some people might love this, some people might hate it. The biggest news in sports yesterday was that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have announced that they are engaged to be married.
Woo. I like it more now because of what you taught me last week, that Andy Reid linked them up, and the fact that Andy Reid's word helped her take it okay, you know what? I'll give this a shot. I just hope that it's enough that it looks legit and everybody could just let them be. And we don't have to have the cut over to her every time. It's like, we get it, man. Some people, don't even listen to her music. I think I happen to because my daughter likes it, so I know some of her music now. But it's like, I want to watch the game, man. Can we leave it alone? Can we let them be? Give them peace?
I'm someone who has evolved on this issue. I obviously, from the very beginning, thought it was a fake relationship. I have since changed. I don't think that anymore. I changed my mind fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I thought it would be one of these celebrity relationships that wouldn't last.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind on that. I especially after listening to this New Heights episode where she's on there, they seem kind of awesome together. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's sort of taken the internet by storm is this conspiracy related to the fact that everyone thinks that Taylor Swift is going to play the halftime show this year.
Oh.
Because she's a big fan of Easter eggs, like dropping these little hints.
Okay.
And people have gone full on red string on this interview. And if that's so she said certain things in this interview. She went on this 10-minute thing about sourdough bread, how she's obsessed with sourdough. She said she talks about sourdough for 60% of the time. Ironically, this is Super Bowl 60 coming up. Also, San Francisco's mascot is Sourdough Sam. So there's that.
Is the Super Bowl there?
It is. It's in Levi Stadium.
Okay. All right.
She kept referring back to this. She talked a lot about numerology. She kept referring to the number 47 sort of randomly throughout the thing. Apparently,
sound like you're buying in.
Apparently, Levi Stadium was the 47th venue on her Eras tour. So
they would have done this with anything, man. You didn't pay attention to the Kendrick and Drake beef where they broke down all this stuff and these people made so many things that connect and all of that made it seem like these. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. If she is, then cool. She's got enough music to do it. It'll be one, and it'll be I think it'll be good because it's been a lot of hip hop, which I love hip hop. Great for me, but she's one it's safe, and then she's got a big catalog. It's like when they did Bruno Mars, or it's gonna be way better than J-Lo and Shakira.
It makes a lot of sense because I think it has been a lot of hip hop, and it feels like the NFL owes the whites a Super Bowl halftime show.
They owed us because of Maroon 5.
No, I agree with you.
No, I mean us as in everybody, not even just the black folks. Maroon 100%. 5 in Atlanta, your city, and they did Maroon 5. Get the fuck out of here.
To be fair, that was the year
Jay-Z?
that was the year that nobody wanted to do the halftime show.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that like kind of the middle of the Black Lives Matter thing? Yeah. And I think they asked everybody NFL, who they asked
Kaepernick
said no.
And all of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Adam Levine was like, "I got you, bro."
Exactly.
I got you.
I was kind of hoping for Miley Cyrus and
that'd be dope. I like
Miley
her.
Cyrus with a Dolly Parton cameo.
Yeah, man. Because Beyonce's done it already. Because we got these superstars. Because Kendrick is obviously a superstar. Beyonce's superstar. It's not, and Taylor Swift is obviously a super mega superstar like that, like those. But it'd be cool to see when they try to go a little, zag. But you need a catalog of music to do it. So I don't know. I'm interested what Jay-Z puts together, man. Isn't it him that's the curator?
I think so, yeah.
So it's cool. And him doing it and getting, because I think he did do the Maroon 5 thing. but he hasn't missed since then. That West Coast thing was really dope to have like Dr. Dre and all of those people.
That was
So
great.
another type of collaboration where you can get like some super producer. That could be dope. A producer who hops genres like Pharrell. Like you could do something like that where you're celebrating Pharrell, where you might have Britney Spears pop out and like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that's what I would go with, something like that. But don't get me started on Super Bowl, man.
Britney Spears popping out is always a dangerous.
Oh yeah, it might be knives involved and bananas and fires, but hey, it's gonna be must see TV. Get your diaper. Ain't no bathroom break that year. Dope ass commercials. Possible Britney Spears fucking I don't know if you're on social media like that, but I think you might get a Jet 2 holiday. Have you seen that? Where they take an ad sound. It's like a very popular trending sound. And it's like, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. It's like an ad for something, a Jet 2 or whatever that is, some company. But it'll be some like mishap. And they'll show somebody like falling and breaking their ankle or something. And you hear the music, ta-da-da-da-da, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. You see somebody fucking falling and busting their ass or something like that. You might get a Jet 2 holiday moment with Britney Spears.
That's funny.
Can't just do her, but I think super producer might be the next thing, and that might be I might be biased because I just watched a Netflix show Hitmakers where it's not even a competition. It's just like fly on the wall, watch these producers try to make a song for like different artists. It's pretty dope.
Interesting.
So I think you get a super producers will be my next move instead of focusing on the artist, especially since nobody gets paid.
Or you could reunite Outkast.
I'm out on Andre 3000 right now, man.
Okay.
Do you know he dropped another album?
Because he's out here playing the flute?
Not just the flute. This next album was like poetry or some shit. It's like, man, rap, bro. Get rid of, eliminate the yes men around you. All right. Next thing you know, he's running for office. He's gonna be Senator 3000.
He's gonna be the mayor of Atlanta.
Mayor 3000. Talking about police. Yeah, we had a police shooting, but hey, I'm the mayor. I took care of it. I blew my flute in his ear. He'll never do it again. Longest fucking speeches ever.
The punishment for any police officer who shoots an unarmed black man is he has to listen to me play the flute. on top of spoken word. Police violence song.
Told the lady that I love life. Life loves me. Oh, man. So we good now, right? We can take a break and come back and do some AFC North, or did you have more news?
That's it, man. Let's do it.
All right, let's take a break. Oh, man. We just had a break, and that break was brought to you by Brisket and Friends. That's right. Brisket and Friends, the best barbecue in Sweden. Barbecue's so good, it makes you want to slap your grandma. Brisket and Friends. Next time you go there, make sure to ask for the SveNFL table breaker. They won't know what you're talking about, but you'll enjoy it either way. Brisket and Friends. Sponsor of SveNFL, hopefully. I got to throw in a hopefully at the end. All right, man. It's that time, man. It's time to talk about one of the best divisions in football. I think the AFC North. Yeah. And we'll start with the winners of the AFC North. The Baltimore Rickety Ravens, as they would have said in 90s hip-hop. The Rickety Ravens. John Harbaugh is the head coach. Oh, here we go. Your man, former Bulldog. How'd they get a former Bulldog coach? Former Bulldog Todd Monken is the offensive coordinator.
Back-to-back national championships. They wanted some of that.
Yeah, man. They like that. The defensive coordinator is Zach Orr. I don't know if you've noticed the trend here. Have you noticed any particular trend as we've been going through these teams?
Well, there's several. I mean, usually the offensive coordinator is white and the defensive coordinator is black.
It's crazy, man. And the head coach is normally white, but it's always I have seen zero black offensive coordinators. I don't think there's any in the league.
Do you think it's a sort
It's
of
racist? It's fucking racist.
a subsidiary of the angry black man?
No, I think offensive, like, because you don't hear defensive guru a lot. Do you ever hear defensive genius? But you hear offensive genius a lot, and I think offensive coordinator is considered a quite cerebral position,
Right.
and then defense is like you said, it's that alpha male, fucking go get 'em intensity. You're scheming stuff up, yes, but it's more about get these guys to run through a wall for me is what it's normally associated with. And I can't say it doesn't bother me, man. But this is SveNFL. We talk about stuff like that too anyway. But as I'm going through it, I'm like, damn, man. And I don't mind the black defensive coordinator, whatever. But the lack of the last offensive coordinator I can remember is Anthony Lynn. That was black. You remember anymore?
Yeah.
Can you think of any others?
I thought you were saying, do I remember Anthony Lynn?
No,
Yeah, him
no.
I remember, but yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah, they got Herbert and got him the fuck out of there too. That one season with Herbert. I can't think of any more. I can't think of the only person that comes to mind when I think of these football minds is your coach, Raheem Morris. Right? Mm-hmm. Because he is a part of that crew. I didn't even know that either, that play callers thing with these Sean McVay. He's like part of that whole group that just sit down and just talk football on a cerebral level. But every other coach I can think of that's black, it's like you got the Todd Bowles, you got the Mike Tomlin, and it's like they're not looked at for their minds like that.
I wonder, with the rise of, the black quarterback, especially in the last 10 years, I'm kind of wondering if in like 20 years from now, we're going to see one of these guys.
A lot of this, but a lot of
imagine
the
coaches, like Jalen Hurts or
he's a good one. I like that. The ones who end up being good coaches are normally like backup quarterbacks.
True.
Or like journeymen and stuff. So like Jacoby Brissett is one that I would think pop up and be like
Teddy Bridgewater.
He's coaching now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that could be something like that, but and it wouldn't be dumb if he's a defensive coordinator. So maybe that's what's gonna have to happen. You're right. These I like that.
Jameis Winston? Question mark.
Yes. He's a player's coach. He's a player's coach, and he's been reprimanded twice for sucking on fingers.
It would be very entertaining to see Jameis Winston.
The players would be roasting him too behind his back. He's the coach that would get roasted behind his back by the team in the locker room. He'll walk in on them roasting him, doing impressions of him and shit like that because
totally
he's that type of dude. And he'll laugh along. Oh, you got me there. You got me there. Boy, that was a good one. I can't lie, man. Do that again. You did it just like I did. Anyway, don't forget, practice on Tuesday. Hey, but we'll get into it, man. The shit, I'm getting old, man. I gotta make the font bigger. The Baltimore Ravens, as I said, John Harbaugh is the head coach, 62 years old. Did you know that? Looking good, man.
He does look good.
His 18th season as the head coach of the Ravens.
Wow.
He came in 2008. His regular season record, 172 and 104, 62% in the AFC North. And he's got one Super Bowl under his belt, 2012, when he played against his brother. Historically, that's a cool moment. Also, historically, power went out. He's part of the Andy Reid coaching tree. He coached with the Eagles under Reid. He's one of my favorite coaches because he was a special teams coach. There's none of that alpha male defensive coordinator or offensive guru. He just learned football under Andy Reid as a special teams coordinator. And then I think towards the end of the tenure, he moved to a different position just to get respected. But he's a special teams guy. But he got the respect so he can get hired as coach. He just moved around the show. He kind of cross-trained.
You know what else I like about him? He's
What's
like one of the only coaches who actually cares about the preseason.
Yeah. Yeah, they haven't. Didn't they just finally lose the first preseason game in forever? They had a streak.
I think it was last year they finally lost for the first time in like over 20-something games or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he, as a coach, is like, yeah, I get it. I'm playing second and third stringers, but I'm out here trying to win this thing.
Yeah.
I like that about him.
Yeah, man. His offensive coordinator is Todd Monken. This is his second season as offensive coordinator. He really gave them a boost. Last year, their offense was third in the NFL. Skip, your boner showing. Push it down. Push your boner down. It's like that Kermit thing. Have you seen that? With the,
yeah, exactly. You're the one who introduced me to that. It's hilarious.
It's just hilarious. But they were third. They averaged 29.3 points a game, and they were first in offense with yards per game. So he made his mark, man. His offense is described as a hybrid spread and pro-style attack. It's flexible. He wants a strong, diverse rushing attack, uses multiple wide receiver sets, and a spread approach to try to get explosive plays. He also has Lamar Jackson, so that's always good. His core principles are efficiency, ball security. Lamar don't throw that many picks until the playoffs. He wants to avoid negative plays, convert on third down, be effective in the red zone. Doesn't sound like anything new there, actually. But this system was designed to leverage Lamar Jackson's talent and utilize his playmaking ability to create what he calls hidden yards as a runner and as a passer.
Ooh, hidden yards. I like that.
I like it too, man.
That's like some Rumsfeld known, unknown type shit. You got hidden yards out here.
I mean, you got the fourth down. There's a fifth down, which is basically a third down conversion. Thank you, Donald. I'm officially confused. Our offensive coordinator, Donald Rumsfeld, wants to speak again.
That would be so great.
You got a loss-win and the win-loss, but there's a loss-loss or is the win-won? It depends on if you win.
That would be good.
You could do Donald Rumsfeld in every field. He's a line manager in a warehouse. You can stamp, or is it unstamped stamp? Just stamp the unstamp. Defensive coordinator Zachary Orr is characterized with aggressive, versatile, unpredictable approach. It's his second season as defensive coordinator, 9th year coaching in the NFL. He comes under Dean Pease, Rex Ryan. Shout out to Rex Ryan. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, actually. I like a player's coach like that. But he does disguises, simulated pressure, and if you know Rex Ryan, 3-4 defense, baby. Come in and bring your pressure. That's what they do. And the base defense, 3-4 nickel, as I said, want to have 5 defensive backs out there. So either a 3-4 nickel zone, relying on versatile players who can do multiple stuff. I haven't said the word multiple 100 times in this series. They were 9th in scoring defense last year, 10th in total defense with 324 yards allowed. They led the league in rushing defense. You were not running on the Ravens last year, only allowing 80 yards a game.
Well, when you got my man, former Bulldog Roquan Smith, stuff in the hole, ain't going nowhere.
Stuff in the hole. Pause. They use pre-snap motion on defense. I love that. And they change after the snap, create chaos, confuse quarterbacks. But it's a complex system, so they need players who are pretty smart. That's why they have white players on defense, according to NFL standards. But I'm joking about that. Anybody who wants to clip that out and get me canceled. Zone coverage, defensive line stunts are things that he uses to get pressure and confuse quarterbacks. And that is the Baltimore Ravens.
Nice.
All right. Then we got the second in that division the last season. Nobody expected that, right? Everybody thought it was going to be the Bengals, but nope. It was the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have Mike Tomlin as head coach, Arthur Smith as offensive coordinator. He's your guy. Our man, former Falcon, Arthur Smith. Similar mustache.
Yeah.
To mine on this picture. And Terrell Austin.
Better on you.
Thanks. It's maybe because my face isn't as connected to my neck.
That's a great way to describe it.
Arthur Smith has a continuous head neck flow.
Right.
Terrell Austin is their defensive coordinator. All right, he's black. If those of you that aren't watching the video and aren't good at connecting dots and patterns. So Terrell Austin is their defensive coordinator. The Steelers were 10-7 last year, second in the AFC North. Mike Tomlin, kind of young for a coach, 52 years old. Very young for a coach, considering this is his 18th season as coach. His regular season record is 183 and 107. 2 draws. 2 ties. And one of those ties helped him keep his streak going. He's notorious for his streak of never having a losing season, but he has had a even season. His winning percentage is 63.1. He led the Steelers to Super Bowl early in his coaching career, head coaching, in 2008. And a lot of people used that to knock him because he had players that were brought in by, I can't remember their old coach's name with the mustache. You remember their old coach? I forget his name. But he was a legendary coach. Steelers only had like 4 coaches ever.
Is it Cowell?
Yes. Bill Cowher.
Cowher.
Yeah. But he worked under Tony Dungy. That's a cerebral coach, right? Nope. Tampa 2 defense. Tony Dungy, John Gruden. That's where he worked under. He was a defensive coach before he got hired at a very young age to be the Steelers coach and hasn't looked back. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, 60 years old. Second season offensive coordinator for Steelers. The Steelers were 20th in the NFL with Rainbow Russ and Justin Fields as quarterback. 21.9 points per game, 23rd in total offense, 319 points per game. Smith's style is physical, run-heavy pro-style attack. He does a lot of play action, wants offense to control the line of scrimmage, dictate the tempo. And he wants to be effective with tight end. That's why everybody's always ready to go in Pittsburgh whenever their tight end catches the ball. Smith's philosophy centers on creating complementary football culture. He wants the offense to be physical, dominant, and set up the passing game through running. Then on defense, we got Tomlin is the guy calling the plays, but he does have a defensive coordinator in Terrell Austin who puts the scheme together and puts the game plan together. But Tomlin's going to call the plays. But Terrell Austin was defensive backs coach. He came up under Jim Caldwell and Mike Tomlin. But he coached in Penn State as a defensive backs coach. He coached at Wake Forest, Syracuse, and Michigan. All good programs. Fuck Wake Forest, though. I just had to throw that out there. But he was a defensive backs coach. I just don't like they're beating us poor. He built his reputation in the NFL as a defensive backs coach. He had stints at Seattle, Arizona, and Baltimore, and he always had good secondaries wherever he went, and that's what helped him get the job there. He was defensive coordinator with the Detroit Lions, 2014-17, and they had good rankings then, and then even a 1 year as a Bengals coordinator. And then 2019, he came on with the Steelers, and he was promoted in 2022 as defensive coordinator.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's him, and they
I think
they have multiple defense, of course, and they blitz pressure and whatnot. You know the Steelers.
Yeah. To me, the most interesting story with the Steelers is obviously Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Arthur Smith. How are they going to work together?
Yes. Big question. Especially with Aaron Rodgers been dragging Nathaniel Hackett around with him all the time.
If I had to bet, as much as I love Mike Tomlin, I feel like this could be the year he finally has a losing season. The big fear for everybody in Pittsburgh is that Rodgers does to the Steelers essentially what he did to the Jets, which is drive them into the basement and get everybody fired.
Never say never, but never.
Mike Tomlin.
I think people don't understand how much the Rooneys love this guy. And the Steelers are old school team, family or owned, family oriented. And he talked about, I saw an interview with him talking about, because I was really interested in the interview because he spoke about Brian Flores, because a lot of people hadn't talked about Brian Flores. And he talked about that he was the person who kind of brought Brian Flores back into the NFL despite the legal stuff that Brian Flores recently actually won or is actually going to go to court now about the discrimination and hiring practices. But he talked about how Brian Flores reached out and he was just like, "Oh yeah, what's up, man?" And he was just saying, "I hope things are good with you. Let me know, if you need anything." He's just reaching out. I think brother to brother type of thing. And Brian Flores was like, "I love coaching. I want to coach." And he's like, "Shit, that's all you had to say," with the Samuel Jackson line. And he said, in the interview, he was like, "So I walked down the hall and told Rooney," he's just like, "I walked down the hall. We got it like that. I just said, 'Hey man, I want this guy on.' They're like, 'If you want him, you got him.' And we hired Brian Flores. And he said, 'I can't have you as my coordinator or anything because I have one, but you're going to be my linebackers coach, and it'll get your foot in.'" And that's how Brian Flores came back in and became got a spot for the defensive coordinator and probably will be a head coach again one day. But the fact that he just said, "I just walked over and we hired him like that," that showed me, when I saw that, I was like, oh, he's got a really good relationship with those guys. So I think all of the noise from the fans and stuff is going to be there, but I don't think it means anything to the Rooney family.
I hope so, because I think listening to that noise and getting rid of Tomlin, no matter what happens this year, I think would be a huge mistake.
He'd get hired before the press conference is over.
Agreed.
When they're saying that he's fired.
I think other teams would fire their coach just for the opportunity to hire Mike Tomlin.
I could see that happening in Miami.
Totally.
Especially if like something happened, because you get that's a great example to Miami. Starting quarterback goes down, team falls apart, right? There's certain coaches that won't happen, and Mike Tomlin is one of those coaches. Starting quarterback goes down, we'll figure it the fuck out. Talk about next man up. I also felt like it's the same with Brian Flores. It would have been, he's that type of coach too. It's just he's maybe too old school for that team. But
sure,
Tomlin, like, he would be hired right away. So it'd be stupid. And it's so nice to be a fan of a team like that when, a fan of a team like ours that just lets us down all the time. It's like, shut the fuck up, Pittsburgh fans. Take your fucking winning seasons and shove them while you're over here complaining with one of the best coaches of all time as your coach. And you're like, oh, but we win championships. Shut the fuck up. I'm over here a Dolphins fan, haven't won a playoff game. Got the longest playoff win drought ever in the division with the longest playoff appearance team with the Jets.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in a shitty division and I gotta listen to y'all complain about Mike Tomlin. Anyway, speaking of coaches I don't like, Zach Taylor is the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. They have Zach Taylor, head coach. Dan Pitcher is offensive coordinator. And Al Golden, man, talk about making me dislike the staff even more. Bring in somebody who used to coach for the U and brought the team down. Let's do that. Zach Taylor been head coach since 2019, miraculously. I don't know why it said that. Making this this his 6th year as head coach. He should have been fired 3 years ago. He's regular season record 46-52. Just shit all. I gotta say it. Shit all over the best quarterback season in a long time. Joe Burrow just went to fuck. Like, I just mentioned how Justin Fields and if we talk about coaches, Justin Fields and Rainbow Russ, we talked about the Steelers before the Bengals, which means the Steelers finished higher. And Joe Burrow had a miraculous, amazing MVP-style season last year, and they ended up coming in behind Rainbow Russ. That's how bad of a coach Zach Taylor is. Sorry. Regular season record 46-52-1. Resulted in winning percentage of 46.5. This is one coach that I think is being carried by his quarterback. He's part of the Sean McVay tree. He coached under McVay with the Rams. Dan Pitcher, born in 1987. He's 38 years old, man. It's his 2nd season as offensive coordinator, but Zach Taylor, I believe Zach Taylor calls the plays. I couldn't find that information there. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. But Zach Taylor's an offensive guy. He used to be on the Dolphins staff, actually. Another one from the Dolphins staff as head coach. They led the NFL in passing yards.
I don't be surprised if Dan Pitcher is an interim head coach.
Yep.
Because if they start the way they've been starting,
the
Bengals are notorious for slow starts. If they start 0-4, Zach Taylor is my number one candidate for in-season firing.
I think you must have called him and told him that because he had Joe Burrow out there playing games in the preseason.
I know.
More than people thought he should. And I'm cool with it. I think do it. Mahomes out there playing. Why not Burrow? But yeah, he must be nervous about it because Burrow didn't play before and now he's playing. So Zach Taylor's trying to get off to a quick start. But they had 7th best offense in the NFL, points per game. 9th in total offense, 365.5 points per game, and they led the NFL in passing yards. So, damn picture, you might be right, man. But they have pro style, rhythm and timing, passing attack. 11 personnel they use. For those that don't know, that means 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. 11 personnel. His philosophy is player-centric approach, of course, because you have fucking Joe Burrow. I think he somehow doesn't get enough credit, man. He's a great quarterback who's attached to a shitty coaching staff.
And also, they have 2 wide receivers who would be considered a 1.
Right, they got 2 ones.
I mean, like, Jamar, obviously, top 5 in touchdown and yardage. Yeah. And T. Higgins, I think he's top 5 in overall receptions. So, yeah.
And they have the blood of Jesus Christ on defense. So, with the... like, just nailing it.
Where was God last year for that defense?
No pun intended when I say nailing it. I'm not talking about the cross, if you know what I mean. Defensively, Al Golden. This is his first time. I don't know if he was a coordinator before, but he's been deep in the NFL on defense before. But last year they had Lou Anarumo, who I thought was one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. But he has a complicated defensive scheme, and they had young players. And that didn't work out last season, so they fired him. So now Golden is taking over. He wants to have smart, fast, and physical balanced scheme. He runs multiple 4-3 and 3-4. Likes to cover 1 man-to-man coverage, but he mixes his own from time to time. Hey, did I skip the offense? No, I did the offense, right? Yeah. So let's move on to the Cleveland Browns and wrap this thing up, man. Cleveland Browns, you got Kevin Stefanski, head coach, Tommy Rees, offensive coordinator, and Jim Schwartz. Stefanski's been coach since 2020, so this is his 5th year. I think he's a good coach, man. Regular season record 40-44, resulted in winning percentage 47.6, despite a front office that doesn't know what are right there, ass from their elbow. Yes,
he's another coach that would get hired immediately. I think. Yeah. I see him as a great coach who works for probably the most dysfunctional franchise in the NFL.
This might be the only time you hear what I'm about to say on any coach ever. But Stefanski, he's from the Brad Childress coaching tree. The saddest coaching tree of all time. Just one branch. Fucking Stefanski.
just hanging out there.
What was that? Isn't there like an old fable about a little tree? The Brad. There's some old fable I forget. That's like a little tree. That's the Brad Childress coaching tree.
The only one I can think of is the giving tree.
Yes, the giving tree.
The kid keeps chopping off pieces of it because he needs to build something or he needs to do this, and then he comes back. In the end, he's an old man. The only thing left is just a stump.
Just a little stump. Yeah, Brad Childress, Minnesota Vikings coach back in the day. Wow. Reese is 33 years old. Damn, that's crazy. It's his first season as offensive coordinator. This is Tommy Rees, not Stefanski. He's 33 years old, first-time coordinator. He was a tight ends coach before. In 2024, he was under Ken Dorsey, who famously had a breakdown in the booth. He's the one who caught the clipboard. Remember, he had that temper tantrum in the booth when they in that game. That was Ken Dorsey. That's right. But they had the worst offense in the NFL and 28th in total yards. So I don't know, man. At least you can't get worse. You can't get worse than the worst. But they also had the horrible quarterback room and all of that shit going down with Deshaun Watson and all that shit. But they run heavy. Play action is their thing. Multiple formations. They want to be flexible, tailor the offense to the strengths of the personnel, which means they have no strength of personnel. Is it, particularly the quarterback, which is what? Is Joe Flacco now?
Mm-hmm.
On defense, they have one of the best defensive coordinators of this generation, I believe, Jim Schwartz. He's 59 years old. It's his third season as defensive coordinator. In 2024, they're ninth in defense, 19th in points allowed, but the offense is on the field given like not that much, so the defense gets tired out. Schwartz, 4-3 base defense, aggressive, pressure, that's their thing, man. Straightforward. You've also got Myles Garrett, so that's always good. He wants attacking, get to the quarterback. He says if you can generate pressure with 4, then your blitzes and coverages are more effective, which makes sense. Just simple, and it always works wherever he's at. I'm a big fan of Jim Schwartz. I think he got a chance to coach before. He coached the Lions, right? I think he was head coach of the Lions a little bit, but I think he's one of those people that's just made to be defensive coordinator. So that's it, man. That's the AFC North.
Nice.
Yeah, man. That's all I got.
I like it. I mean, this is one of the most entertaining divisions in football. I mean, if I had to guess right now, if we were thinking about the division and how it's going to play out, the only thing I would do would be swap the Bengals and the Steelers. I think the Ravens will win it. I think the Bengals will come in second. Steelers third, Browns last. That's my early prediction.
Yeah.
Or that's where my head's at.
Yeah, I can say that.
Because the Bengals, like you said, Joe Burrow played out of his mind last year.
Oh, it's a shame.
All they need is for their defense to just play a little better.
Yeah.
They don't have to completely.
Which might be why they fired Lou Anarumo, but I just feel like
all they have to do is just play a tiny bit better
and not start slow.
Yeah,
they're in the playoffs because they're in the playoffs. They finished 8th or 7th or 8th. I'm sorry. No, they put 7 teams in. 8th or 9th, they finished, right?
Yeah, they were just outside of the bubble of the
They were like right outside.
They still won. Didn't they win 9 games last year?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I have it up here, actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, man. But, yeah, that's that. Yeah, they were 9-8. Yeah, man. That's all I got, man. It was fun doing this one, even though I did go on a couple rants because I have a lot of strong feelings about the coaches in the AFC North, as you can tell. but it was fun, man. You hear the horns? That means you've either heard something fantastic or something spectacular is on the way. And the former is true in this case. Thanks for checking it out. We'll be back with more, man, this week. So stay tuned for some more coach stuff, some more league stuff, some more bet stuff. I've been Jonathan Rollins.
Skip Mizara.
With SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.